Oh, thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you. Very nice.
Very nice.
Very nice.
I got to ask you now, because I know you're a political guy. You're very involved in politics. What is your take on this whole thing in Florida? What do you got on this?
Oh, I knew you were going to come up with something funny. Well, I think that, first of all, everyone knows that I'm for George W. Bush, right? I love the guy.
Which is very brave in Hollywood, because most Hollywood people go for Gore.
Exactly. I really like the guy. I think he's great. But it doesn't mean, that I'm against Al Gore.
Right.
As a matter of fact, I like the guy. I even did a story about his life in one of my movies called True Lies.
Really?
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, hey! Now, let me ask you.
But I think that there's something to be learned about this whole mess in Florida. Like I, for instance, get good tips from them for my next plot for the movie Terminator 3.
Right, really?
Yeah, absolutely. I think in that movie, the scenario will be that I will come back to the current time, present time, and make Al Gore stop inventing the internet.
Really?
Yeah, that's what I would do.
And that would clear the...
Yeah, no, I think it would be a good plot for Terminator 3. Don't you think so?
Well, let me ask you something. And I know we've been over this before, but never, I don't think, an election year. Your wife, Maria Shriver, of course, with the Kennedys and everything, a Democrat. When you watch election coverage together, do you sit in separate rooms? What do you do?
Well, that's a little bit personal. I don't tell you what we did. But I don't want to talk about my sex life. But anyway...
Hey, boom, boom.
But actually...
He'll be here all week. Try the deal.
Now, what we do is, I think, like every election night, we just sit there. Maria watches the results in the bedroom, and I'm out there in my Humvee watching the results.
Really?
So that's what we do. So this way, there's no fighting going on.
Really?
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
Now, there was talk of you running for political office, which would be great for me.
Oh, I believe
now,
that.
do you think you might do that? Is that something you have an interest in?
I really don't know. But I tell you one thing, we did some surveys just recently.
Really?
Yeah, and it was really interesting. We got 100% of the votes of all the Austrian immigrants that are bodybuilders living in Los Angeles.
Really?
Yeah, no, absolutely. So, I think that's very encouraging. Don't you think so?
Well, that is encouraging. Well, sure.
Things are really moving.
100%. That's very strong. Yeah. Really. And I tell you, you can't discount that Austrian bodybuilder.
No. I mean, I really rely on them.
Well, let me ask you about now. How would this work? I mean, your wife, Maria, she is a Democrat. Would she support you? You'd run as a Republican, right? How would that work? Would she support you?
Well, knowing Maria, she probably would be running against me.
Really? So what is your family doing for Thanksgiving?
She's very supportive.
Yeah,
she's very supportive, yeah. Now, what we do for Thanksgiving, I don't know. But the first part, I'm going to stay here in Los Angeles, because I love the turkey, eating the turkey and all this. Plus, it's the only time in Los Angeles where you see natural breasts.
Really?
Yeah, exactly. So I'm
look at that. Now you see,
I'm looking forward to that,
You're losing voters right there. Now you have four kids.
And then the rest of the time we spend together, I mean, we're going to go to Washington, and then Thursday night probably we will be watching TV, watching all the frantic Florida people counting the tangling chads. And just figuring out, who's going to win and all that. We were doing the same thing.
Yeah, same thing.
Yeah, exactly.
Now, you have 4 kids, I know this now. Who's the disciplinarian in the house? Is it you or Maria? Who is more strict? You seem like you would be more strict.
I told you, I'm not going to get into the sexual talk here. I mean, but we are not into mutilation or anything like this, so don't worry about it. Maria is probably the more disciplinarian. I mean, she's much stricter. The kids, whenever they want something, they come to me and say, Daddy, can I have this truck? Can I have the Game Boy? Can I have this and that? And then I go out and take them to the toy store and get it.
Yeah, so you're soft.
Yeah, I mean, what are you going to do? Exactly.
Now, I saw you on one of the news shows. You at a watch auction in New York, watches, expensive. You were auctioning off watch. What was that all about?
Well, we have, the Inner City Games Foundation,
sure.
which is for inner city kids to help them get education and physical training and computer training and all those things. So we, of course, always raise money for that.
Right.
And one of the ways that we raise money is we had a big watch auction where we auctioned off Audemars Piguet watches at Christie's in New York.
Right.
And we made like $1.5 million we raised on that, which half of it went to the Muhammad Ali Center,
right.
Youth Center, and half of it went to the inner city games. And it was amazing. There was like, those watches, it was like gold watches, diamond watches, silver watches, it was celebrity watches. Yeah. No, but the ones that really were the highest priced watches was like, for instance, there was special editions. One edition was the New York edition.
Yeah.
That of course doesn't give you the time, it just gives you the finger. But I mean, it's a fun watch. It raised a lot of money. I'm telling you, yeah.
Really?
Watches.
Political
watches. Yeah, the Al Gore watch.
The Al Gore watch?
That one came with two faces.
Really?
Yeah, it was really a great one.
Talking with my clone, Arnold Schwarzenegger. Now, you mentioned, but you mentioned Terminator 3. And I heard a rumor, and maybe you can verify. Is the next Terminator? Will it be female? Will it be a female Terminator?
Yes, it will be a female Terminator.
Oh,
yes. Yeah,
now who can you tell us? Who do you think would be good to play that?
No, I think we don't know yet who's going to play that. But I think we'll be looking at this time right now. But I think that, for instance, the Secretary of State of Florida, Katherine Harris, will be a good one.
Really?
I think. I mean, she single-handedly almost terminated Gore's campaign.
Really?
I mean, yeah, I think she'll be a good candidate. Or if Bill Clinton cheats one more time, I think Hillary Clinton will be a good terminator.
Really?
Oh,
really?
Yeah. She'll be going out there.
You're like a stand-up
I'm looking at different things. Trust me.
Now Arnold will be at Giggles Comedy Club all next week, ladies. Now tell people about let's talk about Sixth Day, because this is great. It's a terrific movie, and it's gotten great critical reviews, and you've gotten wonderful reviews in it too. And
yeah, we're very happy with it.
And it's got a great story. Tell people what it's about.
It's a great story, and we've gotten great reviews. It's doing really well out there. People love the film. It's for the whole family, and it's basically a story about a guy that didn't know that he was cloned. He comes home one day, right, and he looks inside the living room window, and he sees his clone with his wife kissing and grabbing her, and with the daughter and the whole thing. And you know, it's this whole thing. He's in a total state of shock, only to find out 2 minutes later that he's being arrested and taken in because they wanted to kill him. They say,
right,
you know, there has been a violation, you know, you've seen him now and we have to eliminate. So he's trying to get his life back through this whole story, and his family back, right, and trying to figure out what has happened here. And of course, it's a very emotional story and a very dramatic story at the same time.
Would that be a menage a moi? If you...
We don't know yet what you call it.
Now, what did I hear? I heard you almost drowned on the set. Now, was that a true story? Is that one of those rumors?
Yeah, no, actually, you know, whenever you're not really paying much attention to it, I mean, I'm very good in scuba diving and in swimming.
Right.
And there was one scene where I was diving underneath in a tank.
In the big tank.
The big tank, exactly, from one clone and embryo to the other. And I got lost, literally lost, and I came out where there was no opening on the top. Exactly, the plexiglass, yeah. So I came out, and of course, I was totally out of air. And you know, just the last second, someone reached for my hand, a scuba diver, and pulled me out. But I mean, those kind of things happen in movies all the time. I mean, I remember on Junior, where I was pregnant. I had morning sickness for 3 months after that.
Really?
Yeah,
really?
Absolutely. Or when I was in Batman and Robin, I remember I was playing Mr. Freeze. I mean, the eyes made things shrink, you know, and so you know, but you never know with those movies, you know. There's always a side.
Well, some of us don't have that problem, but yeah, I know what you're saying. Whatever makes you feel comfortable, sure.
Exactly, very comfortable.
Now, what is this scene we're going to see here? This is a scene. Tony was great too.
Tony Goldwyn.
He's the bad guy.
Exactly, and this is a scene where one of us finds out that he's a clone.
Right.
That's what happens.
Take a look. He's like a Bill Gates kind of guy.
That's right. Yeah, very rich.
Take a look.